We're going to start with some draft talk, then get to some Cavs, and our first draft topic of the day is brought to us by LinkedIn Talent Solutions. As a small business owner, your work doesn't end when the clock hits 5. Your business is always working. It's always on your mind, which means when it's time to hire, you need a partner that works just as hard as you do. That's where LinkedIn Jobs come in. When you clock out, LinkedIn is clocking in. LinkedIn makes it easy to post your job for free, share it with the network, and get qualified candidates all in one place. Here's how it works. Post your job on LinkedIn's new feature, which can help you write descriptions and then quickly get your job in front of the right people with a deep candidate insight. And here's a pro tip. Add the hashtag hiring frame to your profile picture to double your reach of qualified candidates. No wonder 72% of small businesses say LinkedIn helps them find high-quality hires. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/LockedOnNFL. That is linkedin.com/LockedOnNFL to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, guys. Obviously, we're going to talk to Aditi Kinkhabwala. I guess I don't know why that would be obvious. She'll join us at 11:30. She's going to be in Berea today. Jason will be in Berea today also after he's with us for the first hour tonight.
So he's part of the propaganda.
Oh, no.
No, definitely not.
No. I don't think I've ever been associated with propaganda.
There's a lot of things you can bust Jason's balls for. Definitely not propaganda. Would not be one of them. But anyway, so we'll obviously spend a lot of time on the draft. We are going to talk about a good chunk of this first half hour about the Cavs in Game 2. But, guys, let's first start. We've been talking about this draft for months and months. So what are we going to start with? What are the Browns going to do in the draft? We've speculated for months. The speculation ends after today.
For 4 months. That's all we've been. So now the next 4 months can be, well, how are they going to use them?
You know what's crazy?
Yes.
Is that I thought about this waking up this morning. We went from the Browns should absolutely take a quarterback at 2.
Yeah.
You're picking that high, you have to take a quarterback.
I never said that.
That's what everybody
Speak
said.
for yourself.
I didn't say that, but that's what everybody
Well, then who's everybody? Because I didn't say it, you didn't say it.
I have said it. I did earlier. I changed my mind.
All right. You have to take if you're going to pick that high, you have to take a quarterback.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, well, we should just take Travis Hunter because he can't mess with that. He got 2 positions and all these things. It's hilarious to me. So I'm ready to get it over with. If you want my official prediction, my official prediction is that the Browns absolutely, positively take Travis Hunter at 2. And I don't think they trade back up. Unless as Shedeur slides, I think they do trade back up.
In fact, I said that this morning on my podcast, that the only way I could see a trade up is if it's so funny because, as you said, we started with Shedeur Sanders being the likely pick at 2, and now I don't know if it's reality or not, but we're convincing ourselves that maybe he'll be there at 33, and we can still get Travis Hunter. The only scenario I could see the Browns possibly trading up is if we get to 27, 28 late in the first round, and he's still there. Maybe. I agree they're going to stay at 33. I agree they're going to take Travis Hunter. I think they will take a quarterback, but not till tomorrow. Jason,
Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
I was going to make a joke, but I'm not going to make a joke.
Travis draft day line.
Yeah. Travis Hunter, no matter what.
I'm not convinced they're taking a quarterback at
at 33. Yeah, it's been. The thing about it is, as we sit here and we talk about it and we get closer to the thing, I think that if Milroe or Shedeur is there around 33, I think they do go with the quarterback. But if it happens like last year with 4 quarterbacks just go in the first round,
that seems unlikely.
I think so too, but you never know.
What are we basing this on that they like Shedeur? What are we basing this on?
Nothing.
I'm not. I think a worst case scenario for them is that he's there at 33.
Oh, you don't think they want him at all?
And now they got to pass twice on him.
Okay, well.
But you know what I mean? Like,
well,
I don't know that.
That's only a bad scenario if he turns out to be very good.
I just think that we are making a lot of assumptions that they want to move back up and get him, and I have not seen any evidence to support that claim. That's all I'm saying.
So you don't think they're going to trade up? Period.
No,
you think they're going to stay
I don't
at
think they're going
33?
to trade up. Period. And
you don't think they're taking a quarterback at 33?
I don't. They have so many needs to fill on this team. Mm-hmm. Can we agree on that?
Yes. Absolutely.
You could get a marquee player to plug in right now to help you.
Sure.
So if they might, like, if they take Milroe 33, I'm good. I like Jalen Milroe.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. But if you're looking at a project quarterback who you're going to have to work with and develop, and again, I keep saying 26. I've said 26 since November.
Yeah.
You go get your quarterback in 26. So if they agree with that, if they think they're getting their quarterback in 26, why would you take a project quarterback at 33?
But how are they going to?
How are you going to know that?
Yeah, how are you going to get the quarterback?
You don't know where you're going to be drafting.
Of course, but again, how many classes is it this bad at quarterback?
Right.
Which is why I've said all along, you got to be bad next year.
All right,
you got to be bad
but
next
they're
year.
not going to be. In theory, with Flacco, Hunter, and Jerry Jeudy, your offense should be a lot better.
So now you're going to
maybe a lot is strong. So it'll be better.
So now you're going to start dipping into 27 picks to move up.
Well, yeah.
Either way, you're going to have to move up, which is why if the only way that I think that they move down tonight, and we're probably getting ahead of ourselves, is if they get a pick for next year. That's the only way.
I think that's a mistake because ultimately, and we don't want to get into the 27 draft that long, and we'll move on after this.
I don't even know who's in 27.
But I'm sorry, 26.
You have to attach a 27.
No, I meant 26, not 27. The only thing is, let's say there's 3 good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I don't care how many first-round picks you have. If the first 3 pick teams drafting need quarterbacks, you're not getting
But
them.
this year is the anomaly. This year is the weird
but
year.
last year was an anomaly, too, to have that many.
it is.
The normal number is 2 to 3.
And they don't always go 1, 2, 3. A lot of times they go 1, 2.
That's true, but if the Browns win 7 games next year, they may not be in a position.
Which is why I've been saying all along they probably shouldn't do that.
Well, that'll be another discussion for another day.
With you, I've never heard of somebody that said, "You know what? We should come in here and sell the season
for 1 year." Yeah, for
they
1 year.
already
Teams
did
do
that
it all the time.
No, the Browns already went through it. They're not doing that again.
That's the mistake. The Browns didn't tank last year. They just
sucked.
No,
they did it when they went 1-31.
Yes, I'm not saying do it for 2 years. I'm saying 1 year.
Well, obviously they're not doing that. They're not doing that. They want to try to change this culture of losing.
I'm about to say, how you gonna tell them you want to change? You want to go? Let's go out there and let's stink this
All
year,
right, well,
and then you gonna tell me the next year, yeah, let's go ahead and let's switch the coach.
All right, well, no, go ahead and win 7 or 8 games next year, and then tell me how purgatory feels. That's where you're going to be.
That is fair. I mean, it's a catch-22 because you want to change the culture. You got to win some. You can't just keep losing all the time.
But
on the other hand,
they have won some.
Okay, sure, that's true, but they haven't won. They haven't had successful back-to-back seasons.
They haven't won enough.
They haven't won enough, and you could tank, sure, but you could still win 6 games, finish with the 7th pick, and that might not get it done.
So now you're attaching future picks to move up.
But again, if
you
the
can move,
teams
ahead
move
up all the time, Adam, you know that.
Don't.
Yes, they do.
Not if the teams ahead need quarterbacks.
Teams move up all the time to go get quarterbacks.
But you can't. There's no short thing there. What if next year the Raiders, the Saints, and the Giants all are ahead of the Browns? They all need quarterbacks.
Very possible.
There's 3 good quarterbacks. Again, you just can't go into it assuming you're going to be able to get a quarterback next year. That doesn't mean you draft a quarterback
now. You know what they
say
about assumptions.
Listen, all I'm saying is if this is a bad quarterback draft and they don't like anyone at 2, I think it's a little presumptuous to assume they're going to take one at 33.
That's fair. That I agree with.
That's really the bigger point.
Yes, we're projecting to some degree our feelings that they should take a shot at somebody.
If they don't take a quarterback at 30, I'm good with that. Listen, there's plenty of quarterbacks out there, developmental quarterbacks that you can get, that you can stash on your roster, give them a year. You can go with the Will Howards, the Kyle McCords. You can go with some of those guys.
The lower you go, the less likely the guy is to be a hit.
But they say 2 of the best quarterbacks that ever played in the NFL came in what round? The 6th.
Yeah, but the Browns can't even get their first-round pick right. You really think they're going to find one in the 6th? They can't even get their first-round picks right.
First of all, was Joe Montana a 6th-round pick?
Even a blind squirrel.
I don't think that's right.
You would think, but in 25 years, these blind squirrels just keep bumping into the trees, man.
Well, first of all, what round was Joe Montana? You sure about that?
Yeah.
I don't remember him being a 6th-round pick.
He was a 3rd-round pick.
3rd-round pick, big difference.
Excuse me.
I thought he was 50.
He was the 82nd pick in the draft. That's a big difference.
You think the Browns are going to find him in the 3rd round?
And by the way, like everybody, bringing up Brady is the most absurd thing ever. That's a once in a not even generation. That's a once in a lifetime situation.
What about Jay's boy Brock Purdy?
He's okay.
There's 3 quarterbacks since the 2016 draft, so the last 8 drafts.
Yeah.
That have not been first-round picks that have gone on to have relative success.
Who's that?
Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy.
Purdy. Can you name the 3rd?
Dak.
There you go.
Yeah. Well,
that's it.
Okay, Dak was a
4th.
Jalen Hurts was a high second-round pick, wasn't he?
Maybe he was
Dak was
52nd pick.
I thought he was a 2nd round.
No, Dak was 4th and Jalen was 2nd. So, again, That doesn't mean the Browns need to draft a quarterback at 2. If they, in the second round, if they don't think any of them are any good, don't waste a pick on any of them.
With Flacco and Pickett on this roster, if you take a quarterback at 33, he's not playing. At least not right away.
No, definitely not.
I guess that's the larger point.
I mean,
I think we're making a lot of presumptions.
What quarterback at 33 would you, outside of Cam Ward, what quarterback are you expecting to come in and play right away anyway?
None.
That's smart.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right, let's leave it.